Good morning, it's Dr. James. I'm so grateful to see you this morning. And this is actually the first video we've done not up in the Epic Living Laboratory, because the Epic Living Laboratory, which is a treehouse, doesn't contain one of these things, a refrigerator. And today, because I've been really thinking about some of the stuff that you and I love to work on, and our intention and our energy and our desire to create a life that we love, so much of what happens in the kitchen has such a strong role in how it is that we show up in our life, how we express the highest versions of ourselves. And if you've ever had an ambivalent relationship with this guy and what's inside here, you know what? Me too. And what's really fascinating about this is that I often find this happening a lot in the late afternoon and the early evening. Let me ask you a question. You've had a stressful day. You had a rough commute. You haven't eaten well all day, and all you're thinking about is, all I want to do is get home and I want to medicate myself with a box of wine. It doesn't have to come from a bottle, because it doesn't even matter what the vintage is. It could be yesterday, but you just want to have some wine, and maybe you just want to have some chocolate. Not dark chocolate. It could be white or full-on milk chocolate, which is not about the idea of getting those beneficial cacao phytonutrients. It's all about just getting the sugar and the refinement of a good bad chocolate. So if you've ever been there, and you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I'd love to really help myself to navigate the afternoon, every meal, my dinner, my breakfast, my lunch, and do it in a thoughtful, enjoyable, and very mindful way that allowed us to really use food as a support system in creating a life that we love, seeing food as medicine, seeing food as a catalyst to give us the courage, the commitment, the confidence, the conviction that it can. Because when you use food as a tool, not just an enjoyment situation, but it can be highly enjoyable, but also a tool to build your neurochemistry, to build your physiology, so you can really express the kind of emotional well-being, the spiritual awakeness, the happiness, the contentment, the centeredness. Here's a couple things that you can do. If you've ever been in a place late in the afternoon, you said, I'm going to get home and I really want to keep it together. I don't want the wheels to come off. I want to finish my day strong. I want to love myself well in the kitchen so I can move into my evening hours feeling a sense of peace and centeredness as I go off to bed tonight. So here's what we can do. Number one, it's all about beginning with the end in mind. That's right. Begin with the end in mind. When you walk into your kitchen, I do this every single time I walk in the kitchen before it's mealtime, before I'm going to prepare a meal. I think to myself, what do I want to be feeling like after the meal? I know it sounds kind of simple, but if you give yourself a few moments to pause as you walk in the kitchen and say, what's the result I'm looking for? What's my desired outcome? I want to be satisfied. I want to enjoy the food, of course. But how do I want to feel emotionally? I want to be centered. I want to be positive. I want to be more peaceful. I want to be in a good place when I'm done so I can move into the next opportunity, whether it's a downtime, time with my family. I'm in a good place. So picture what that looks like, and then you can start thinking about, well, what kind of food could I be eating that could support me to feel that good about myself? There's something called self-efficacy, which is a simple idea of being good on your good intentions. Seeing yourself following through builds a confidence, builds a centeredness, builds a sense of a peace, and a kind of a positivity that really carries itself into everything else that we do. Number two, ROI. Now you probably know that from return on investment, but think about food as return on ingestion, like what you're putting in your body and what it's going to do for your mind and your spirit and your emotions, and return on your intention. Your intention is to feel good. Your intention is to feel strong. Your intention is to feel peaceful and positive. Food has medicinal qualities. When you eat good, whole, clean foods, it absolutely helps your physiology and your neurochemistry to give you the return on ingestion that you desire to have, so you can go out there and move in your life like a person who's literally on fire with purpose and passion, because the nutrition has supported the chemistry to allow you to do that. Such a powerful opportunity. And number three, consider food as medicine. Food is medicine. Because when you look at what's in food, really good, whole, nutritious food, it has all the building blocks to help you build serotonin and dopamine, which is confidence and happiness. It helps you to manage your serotonin in such a way that you have resilience under stress. It helps you to keep cortisol at bay so you don't get yourself in a stressful place where you become more susceptible and vulnerable to making less than wonderful choices when it comes to food. And one of the things I love before, this looks like a medicine cabinet. It's a great big medicine cabinet. So get intentional before you actually open the door. And here's a little thing you can do. I hope you can still see me. I love to say, you know what? This is a medicine cabinet. I don't want to lose myself. I want to remember who I am. I want to begin with the end in mind. I want my ROI. I simply do a warrior pose. I get myself in that crescent lunge. I think who I am. What's my ROI? What's the return on ingestion? What do I want to be standing for? Only then do I open the door and say, I am ready to rock my meal. Okay, so yeah, let's think about what we can do today to have fun with food, to give ourselves the opportunity to create a life that we love and fully enjoy the process and the experience and the practice of eating well. Okay, much love and many blessings. Have an awesome day. Take good care. Bye-bye.